So, Asgard's Wrath 2 Patch 1 was announced to be coming soon, and now it officially dropped. In this video, I'm going to talk more about Quest 3 optimizations, and if you want to look at Quest 2 comparison on Asgard's Wrath 2, I released a video on that not long ago if you want to check that out. For Quest 2 at least, Asgard's Wrath 2 is a spectacle that runs on par with the Quest 3 version at 72Hz, and the biggest difference you will notice between both headsets is that the hardware, mainly with the pancake lenses. Now with Quest 3, that's where my differing opinion lies. With Asgard's Wrath 2, on the announcement, it showed faster and smoother experiences. Although true, it doesn't take advantage of the full Quest 3 hardware, especially at launch. Sanzaru, a part of Oculus Studios, is a first-party studio delivering an exclusive title. Meta is building towards a reputable brand like PlayStation or Xbox Studios, where their devs take out quality content, but there are growing pains in reaching those levels. For Quest 3, the obvious issue is graphics, and now we got an update that enhances those options, but it still doesn't get the true Quest 3 enhancements. Hopefully the devs get a bonus and a deserved break, and a texture update is coming later. As of now, with patch 1, the game looks better and crisper. Online, I do see mixed opinions, some saying it's the second coming of Christ, others saying it's a total disappointment. My opinion is more nuanced. It doesn't need ray tracing or path tracing level of graphics, just optimizations to show why someone should go and buy a Quest 3 since it's bundled as a free game, and other than that, being a number step above Quest 2. More than anything for me, textures and audio need work as they lack any real detail, and hearing characters talk sounds like they're talking in intercom sometimes. Optional DLC like high-res textures or lossy audio for us audiophiles would be a great option. Considering the first game was 130 gigabytes and this game is 30 gigabytes, the compression is in full effect, and most people won't notice and won't care, and this is fine, especially for lower storage headsets. And there is an official word that improving textures is something Sanzaru wants to do. Okay, first topic one before I get into the comparison is that after the game came out, many users and maybe even myself got a PCVR survey question discussing, do you play PCVR apps? Do you check it out? How often? And asking you to be a part of something. With this so close to the release of Asgard's Wrath 2, is it a coincidence? I think not. I personally think that it has potential to come to PCVR, whether they're testing the cloud, the Oculus PC app exclusive, or leaving exclusivity eventually. Copium for me is in full effect, but the game deserves a PC version as the game trumps everything we've ever gotten content-wise in VR. Scale-wise, the game is insane, especially when you know it's just on standalone. But hopefully the full Quest 3 improvements come within next year or around the launch of Quest Lite. Alright, so getting into the comparison, showing Quest 3 gameplay side by side. On the MetaQuest blog website, we got a full rundown of the patch notes, fixing issues like loot not appearing, audio clipping issues, and other quality of life fixes. The biggest additions were, they said they brought a 90 Hz at launch with the game, but it was set at 72 and they said it was a bug or something, and now we officially got 90 Hz as a toggle setting, along with enhanced visuals, which increases the screen resolution and increases the level of detail on the screen. On Asgard's Wrath 2, in a lot of other Quest games, the further you get from an object, it loses detail and it loses geometry to free up computational power. When you get closer to the object, the level of detail increases, and with this update, it enhances objects that are further. There are toggles in the menu that you could either switch one of the toggles, whether 90 Hz or enhanced details, or you could both turn them on as well, and they do drain more battery. Keep in mind, actual footage looks worse due to compression on my recording inside the headset, editing and uploading to YouTube. It looks way better in the game. Worth noting that the game runs at 72 Hz, 90 Hz effortlessly without recording. It has memory leaks using Quest Games Optimizer or the built-in camera. Recording introduces a lot of overhead and it's not perfect. Without recording, it does hitch from time to time, but not as bad as the recording show. Inside the headset, this is fine. So with the video inside the headset updating the game, there is a noticeable difference. The biggest is 72 to 90 Hz. It's instantly buttery smooth. It's crazy how big the difference is, for me at least. I really notice it. With the official patch, they should have come at launch with the upgraded LODs. Is it drastic? No, but a great quality of life update that should have been implemented at launch. But kudos to the devs for instantly responding to the feedback and giving us options for those who want 90 Hz or a higher resolution accompanied by higher level of detail of objects within the world. And I did re-record gameplay, and updating my game instantly where you load into the Weavers of Fate, you notice the difference instantly. The aliasing, it looks way crisper, and with the pancake lenses, it looks fantastic. Aliasing is improved by the resolution. Something that threw me off at the start of the game, the god Horus, the one that has no eyes. Without the patch, you're speaking to him in his throne looking up, and all you see is his face. It's just filled entirely with Jaggy's aliasing. With this patch, aliasing is still there, but it's toned down significantly without resulting in a TAA that fixes Jagsy's, but adds more blur to everything. Sharpness in the image quality is noticeable. Texture pop-in is still existent, it's not gone. Also worth noting that your character model, along with your companion with NPCs, have real shadows, which is next gen. I don't know why they didn't advertise this. Like, it's impressive. Almost no Quest game has any type of shadows. All of them are baked in lighting. And with the update, it was noticeable that playing on Quest 3, you were playing the exact version that was on Quest 2, just at a slightly barely noticeable resolution bump. And with Fresnel lenses on Quest 2, you do get a more blurrier image due to the lenses, whereas on Pancake you get more of a crisper image. And this update kind of removes that Vaseline effect and really does enhance everything. And yet, more than 10 hours deep myself in the game, I keep distracting myself from the main plot line as there's so much to do in it, as it's an RPG with an importance on elemental magic. Scope wise, it trumps every VR game wise because of how in-depth it gets, where games like Arizona Sunshine 2, Assassin's Creed VR, Half-Life Alyx, they all serve their own genre, their own niche. Like a game that I really like, although really short, Arizona Sunshine, a zombie-driven story game. For the most part, Asgard's Wrath is that on steroids. It has a story, dungeon, crafting, combat, fishing, hunting, farming, loot, economy, semi-open world, and the layers are unlike anything we've seen on VR, let alone standalone. But calling a spade, it looks like a Quest game. Then again, if it wasn't for standalone and meta, a game like this most likely wouldn't be possible. Playing at the hardest difficulty, I literally have to play like if I was Kratos to progress. If you play sitting down, you miss half of what makes this game great. And being someone who plays Beat Saber, I just left the throwing mechanic. You could just cheese the whole combat like that. I look forward to taking as much time with Asgard's Wrath 2. 2023 has been an insane year for gaming, whether Pancake or virtual reality. And yet, until they release another update regarding textures or audios or my review of the game, that should be it. If you liked the video and you want to see more, leave a like, subscribe, and until the next video, bye.